Good morning, everybody. If you're joining in live, let us know if you can hear us. Hey, it is Friday, and we are talking about tech and AI today. Let me lower our music so I can hear you guys and hear myself. All right. Good morning. Happy Friday. So if you are joining us live in the chat, say hi. And I'm going to put my first hi in there to make sure everything is working so I know you can watch it and get it. If you're on LinkedIn, sometime the notification does not come from my side. So I usually try to open up on this side my LinkedIn, but I can see YouTube, I can see Facebook. If you are joining in, just tap in and say hi. So today we are talking about AI strategy. So our topic, for today, let me go back and make sure that everything is working, is ChatGPT game changing update. And I'm going to be focusing on about a couple of things that I'm loving right now about ChatGPT, although I'm more partial to Claude AI. But I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my 2025 AI strategy and what we have in store. So if you are hopping on in the chat, let us say hi, let us know. And I know if you are my business bestie and you say, "Hey Marlene, I want to come on and have a conversation with you," let me know and I will text you my the link for that. And you can hop on and join in the conversation. I would like to have guests on there too. So next week's live, before I even get into next week live, that session I'm going to have will be pre-recorded because it's the holidays and I'm taking the week off. But I don't want to not share any updates and wisdom for you. So I'll be recording it. I'll be pre-recording it this weekend for you guys because I know ChatGPT will be done with their 12-day of whatever. So I think the last day they posted whatever they posted. I'm just sharing my favorite thing. I'm not sharing everything on there, but I want to be able. I'm trying to go on. I'm trying to go on LinkedIn to make sure my LinkedIn people are good because I can't see any comments from my LinkedIn people. But if you're on, just say hi. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay on there so I can just give you a shout out because that's what I want to do. I'm gonna give you a shout out. My team gonna come back on and say, hey, they were on the live. So we want to make sure that we are there and shouting you out. All right. So let me make sure that I'm gonna join in. I'm gonna join in myself. That little noise you just heard is just me hopping on LinkedIn. So now I'll make sure that everybody is good. So today we're looking into some of the things that ChatGPT is doing. And I'm just going to share a few highlights about what I'm loving right now in ChatGPT. But my whole thing is, I'm going to make sure I open this up. My whole thing is that I want to make sure, one thing about us is we want to make sure that today when we're talking about it, I'm going to go over the must know of what about ChatGPT. Because so if you have been following them, they have their 12-day launch. And if you go to their YouTube channel, you're able to see some things are more for those who are in programming and more techie and doing coding, and some things that are good for us to use. So I'm going to be demonstrating that. And then I'm going to be telling you guys why I don't buy prompts. And I'm going to tell you what I do instead. That's the second thing I'm going to talk about. The third thing is I'm going to be talking about how to create an AI strategy that actually works for your business. And I'm going to be sharing a couple of tips about that too. So, and then I'm going to tell you what I did with Goldman Sachs. I just graduated last week from the Goldman Sachs 1 million Black women in business program, which was very intensive. But I am so happy because when I went in, one of my goals was to get more clarity on how to articulate what I do. how to articulate what I want to do, what problem I solve, and what I love doing. And what I love doing, I love teaching. But what I love doing the most of all is playing with technology and teaching people how to use those technology tools effectively and ethically. Because if you're trying to dabble into AI and just want to hold back and say, oh, you know what, I am a little bit nervous about it, now is the time to start not only dipping and pinking and just getting in and understand. So here's what I want to do: like hold your hand through the process and be able to get you. Hopefully, you guys are hearing me clearly. If you're watching live, please put hi in the chat so I can know you are on. Right. So here's what I am going to talk about first. So now with ChatGPT, let's go into ChatGPT. We're going to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I had been putting ChatGPT on the back burner for the past couple of months because I've loved using Claude. But even if you have the free version of ChatGPT now, there are so much different updates. And I'm going to share a couple of my favorite updates. But those who are in my community, we're going to be digging deeper into all the different updates. I'm going to be spending the rest of the week, well, next week, and the rest of the 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, playing with these new updates. So when we get into the community, I can say, hey, here is what I've learned. Here is some hack that I found because I have to go play with the tools in order to help you. So let us look into what ChatGPT is doing. So, and then I'm going to go into see the little update because they're the 12-day of, let's just share the screen. Let me go to ChatGPT. Let's open it up. And my friend says, slow down. I want to be on for an hour, but it might be on for just 30 minutes. We'll see how that works. So on ChatGPT, one of the things that I am loving so far about the new updates is this little feature right here that's called projects. Because on Ken, I'm going to put this. I'm trying to move my camera away. On Claude have the same thing as projects. Usually we have to go like and find I have a lot of prompts. I think I did do, but usually we have to go and create a whole different, figure out a whole thread. But now you're able to create a project, put a name for the project. I'm gonna put my awesome some project. I might have to project. Okay. Oh, spell that wrong. Don't mind my spelling, guys. Spelling, guys. Okay, my awesome project. You're able to create your own projects, right? So, and then basically it helped more with organization. And I was like, I really wanted this feature because on Claude it has it. Now, what I'm playing around with, see, okay, you're able to add file for the project. I like that part. Also, you're able to add file. So when you're talking to the project, it will go into that mode. So instead of having, oh, I'm talking to this client, you might, for business owners or people who have different clients or different projects that you're working on, you might have different files for those for that project. You might have different tones. You're able to upload all those files right here. I don't know. I don't know if they have a limit yet. So I'm going to test it out and play with it. And then you're able to do custom instructions. So you'll click in here and you would add files to your awesome project. So let me just put this right here. I'm just going to take these are images. So I'm going to add this image to it. Let's just see what else I can add to it. So I can add some, I'm just adding random documents in here to just make sure. Let's see, I'm trying to add stuff that um, does not do much. Let's try to, I'm going to put this review right here. Okay, so I added an image file. I added a PDF file. I am not sure if you can add video. Let's see if I can add video. Let's see, you have this video. I have this little video right here. Let's see if I can add it. Yep, you can add a video file too on there, but I have the Pro. So you can see if you had this with the free version, but this one people say, okay, should I buy ChatGPT? Now maybe you can buy it because now it has that feature that you're able to use. So you have all that right there to use for your business. Now the next thing is you can put custom instruction. Here they gave you some tips of, hey, respond in Spanish. That's a whole nother thing right there. Respond in, I don't know if you know how to respond in Haitian Creole. That would be another thing if you can respond in Haitian Creole because I'm Haitian. He said, I'm Haitian. All right. So it tells you um, to reference, the latest JavaScript. That you can talk about different, and you keep my answer short. You can give it specific instructions. So if for those businesses who have specific brand voices or specific tone, if this is more professional, if it's more friendly, or you want to put your target on, I would put the custom instructions in here. And then this is the way you're able to go in. And then whenever you are creating a project or creating a new chat, that chat will be pulling from what you have attached. So now your content that you're creating in here for your awesome project will be more tailored to you. So what I also love about it is I've had projects that I had before I they put that new feature in. So I was able to, I have a nonprofit called Rose of Alpha Omega. We are in that stage where we're fine tuning and refining our mission and vision. So where I was building some stuff for the nonprofit and putting it up there for the nonprofit. So I was able to go in and pull. I'm able to pull file that aligns with it. I'm working on a leadership book. I'm able to pull files that relate to it. The quick way I was able to, let's say I'm going to go in here and I'm going to move this. I can move it, add to my awesome project, and it will move it into the projects folder. So you don't have to be looking all around for that chat. It's right there. Now, I don't know if it have one feature. I don't know if it have that Claude has. Claude has, like, if you create a document or something that you like and you're able to add it to the project file, instead of like copying and pasting it and adding it, you're able to add it to the project file. So I haven't played around with it long enough to see if you can add like whatever it brainstorm here. Like, let's say you like something here and say, I want this to be added to the file. They don't show me any way to do that. Claude has that option where you're able to add certain things to the project file. I haven't seen ChatGPT did that yet. So that's one of the things that I like about the project version of that too. I've created a bunch of GPTs for Claude. That's not really the next feature that I like, but I just that is there too. They have. I'm gonna stop sharing for a moment. So this is like one of the features that I like about ChatGPT. Right now, I know they had another version where you're able to create videos, and I've been playing with a couple of videos, and I'm going to be sharing that in the community, how to create videos. But you're able to create videos on there. I'm trying to remember. Do I remember um, what I used to do that? I'm going to try to see what I do, but it have a way where you're able to go in and create video. But what do y'all think of that? Would you use that project file? Is that a game changer for you? For me, it's a game changer. I can go into Claude right now. I'm going to show you Claude. Claude does have the project files, and I love the project files. I'm going to share my screen with Claude so you can just compare them and see. I still like Claude because of the writing style that they have. Let me share. Where can I share my screen? Present. Present, share screen, Claude. So in Claude had the same thing. It has projects, and you can see I have a whole bunch of projects that I work on. But what I like is sometimes, even having my government contracting file, my book that I'm working on, it's in here. If I have a different client, once I'm done with a client, I can probably archive everything. This one. Yeah. You know what I wish they can do also? If I can have the color color, different colors, I can know which one it is. You're able, let's say I'm working on something like this. Does it give me something like this right here? I can go in right here and add it to my project. I'm able to do that, you know? So the same thing, you're able to do it too. So I write prompts for everything. So that's what I like so far with um Chat GPT. I'm gonna stop sharing. But now the next thing I want to work on, so I don't know if there's any questions. If not, put a question there. I'll answer them later on. I don't usually buy prompts. So when I'm talking to ChatGPT, when I'm talking to Claude, or I'm typing, those are the two main ones that right now people are popular. There's different ones that you're able to use. When I'm talking to these I try to ask questions, not just prompts. Yes, prompts are good starters, but you want to learn to build upon the prompt. You want to learn how to build upon asking the right questions. As a math teacher, as a math teacher, I love this because it just reminds me of input versus output, right? So people are so focused on, for former math teacher, but it's all about calculations, about prediction. If you go in, there's going to be something called quantum AI, where you're going to, it's more focused on quantities, about prediction, about physics. Don't really like physics, but it's going to include that. But it's showing you how to, I'm trying to open up my notes, how to how to use the AI to create, but it's asking the right questions. And the reason why I'm going to talk about asking the right question is because I was into a podcast this week, the best one yet. I love the best one yet. That's what it's called, the best one yet. It's more about, it highlights three topics going on in the stock financial area each day. So when I was watching it, they were talking about different things that's going on in the world or in our society. And I'm thinking, how am I able to use that to relate it to my business? Let me talk about this one right here. So there is a dinosaur IPO that's coming out. It had what I like, what they mentioned that sparked my interest was that dinosaur IPO, when they were putting it out, they had a specific target audience. They know the age, they painted a beautiful picture of that target audience. So my tip, I say, hey, now when they were talking about, my mind went off to say, hey, as a business owner, using those tools, if you're trying to figure out who is your target market, who you're trying to get connected with, have AI paint a picture of your ideal target market, your perfect picture. And you will just say it just like that. I like to put text to speech on my AIs, my computer, and I just speak exactly how I'm telling you right now. Just speak. Don't worry about punctuations. Don't worry about all the different stuff like that. I say, hey, here is my business. Here is what I do. Here is the product and services I'm solving. I am selling. Here is what it does. So you have to give it context. If you simply say, here is my business is this, and I want you to give me my target market for that, it will give you something very generic. But if you want something that's tailored to you, you're going to have to talk to your AI. You're going to have a conversation and help it so it can co-create with you and it can learn about you. So, and the when it talks about if we go back to ChatGPT and its projects, so let me go back to the ChatGPT projects part again. Um, with the ChatGPT's projects, that is where, if you already have a business plan, well, I don't. That's a whole other thing, right? I'm a little bit nervous about putting up anything. Hopefully, make sure you don't put no social security or things that you don't want people to be trained, to get. So I use Claude. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're in the project and you have information that you have, like your mission, I would tag in this project file, the file, I'll put my mission, my vision, the products and services I solve, your unique value proposition. Hopefully you know those things. If you don't know those things, have ChatGPT work that out with you. Have that conversation with them. Say, here's what I do. Put your resume in there so they can know what you're doing. But with this information, you are able to use that to create the ideal target audience for you. And I would say, hey, help me paint a vivid picture of my ideal audience for this project, for this business, and give me the pain points, their hopes, their dreams, their vision. I will put all that in there and see what it gives you. If you have someone who you want to be an ID planner, you know their background, I would put that in there too. Now, the next story that I saw, that they were talking about in the podcast that I liked was they were talking about Hot Wheel. Hot Wheels, my son, I don't know how many Hot Wheels this little boy have. This little boy have so many Hot Wheels. But Hot Wheels, you thinking it will be a dying industry, but they just had a surge in growth. And they put it as an impulse buy. And it's in the grocery store. So when I would go to the grocery store, these cute little Hot Wheels, $1.25, has, I'm able to buy that really quickly. I can buy the little toy. It's just $1. It's just $1. You just think it's $1. And then when you realize you probably have $50 of tiny Hot Wheels in your kid's closet. But why I'm mentioning Hot Wheels as it relates to AI. Hot Wheel kept their prices low. They know their target market and they know their valuation. They know their value proposition, and now their value for this week has been high. And what they're also doing is they're finding ways to use the same product to make more, so that they might possibly, they're in the works of making a movie about Hot Wheels. In turn, that will help them sell more Hot Wheels, right? The same thing with the Barbie movie. The Barbie movie came out, and in turn, more Barbies were sold. So what does that got to do with you as a business owner? When you don't have to create multiple products. You're able to create one value proposition and put it out different ways. And this is one part I'm talking about this right now because it's part of my strategy, using AI to paint a perfect picture of my audience, using AI to figure out a way I can use what I have already to put it in different areas so I don't have to work harder but smarter. So, in the community that I'm trying to build, if you're interested in joining the community, I'm going to put a little plug for that. If you're interested in joining the community, we have a wait list coming up. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys. If you're interested, when it's ready to launch, it's going to launch in a couple of days. You'll be able to hop on this community with us. I'm trying to pull up the link. You're able to hop on the community, and in this community, I'm going to be sharing the 3T framework. Not only the 3T framework, we'll be working on transforming your mindset. And if you're in the community, you already had a little take the first step into, hey, you know what? I want to learn more. I did my pinky in. I want to learn more. And this is where we'll build up your confidence. And not only focus on AI and technology, but also business strategy. So if you want business, how can I use this AI tool in my business strategy? This is what we're gonna do, right? So and then there'll be different trains. So I love playing with tools. So this is where I'll be like, hey, I just played with this tool. Let's go play with this tool. What did you come up with? This is, and everybody will be sharing. Is part where we're sharing effectively in there, how we're using it, how we're not using it, and how it can be better. And then after the tool up part of it about it will be is where we're going to share what tool you should be using for your industry. You don't need to use all the tools. You don't have to use all the things. You are able to just use what you need for your company, right? Just use what you need for your company. So let me go in. So I talked about a little bit of what I liked about the changes with AI, with Claude. I love the multimodal of it too. And then in the chat, let me send this to you guys right now so you're able to LinkedIn. People who are in LinkedIn, I'm gonna have to probably go to LinkedIn side and post it in, because with StreamYard, whenever I post it from StreamYard to LinkedIn, for some reason it doesn't go to you guys. So I'll post it in a moment. So This is this the link to join the waiting list for the community is there. It's gonna be is a it's where you'll be able to meet like-minded people to help support your business journey in 2025 as you are using AI. So now I went through the Goldman Sachs program. So I talked about I went through the Goldman Sachs program, and they from day one, we had to do a lot, and I had to build my action plan. If you look at my action plan, and I'm going to share my action plan with you guys. If you look at my action plan, I co-created it with AI. Claude was my best friend because when I need to brainstorm some stuff, say, I would just sit there and just talk to the AI and say, here is what happened in class. Here is what my business does. Here's what I have to get. So you're telling it all these information. Help me frame this correctly. It helped me frame it, and I looked at it, I read it, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. Let's change this around. I'll be like, hey, I'm trying to work on creating this program. Here's how I had it before. Can you analyze this and let me know what was wrong? And this is why I had to phase out my business mentoring program this year. I had it for 2 years. After going through the Goldman Sachs program, I had to phase out my mentorship program because after after Claude analyzed what I offer, what the clients are paying, and all the different ChatGPT, when a Claude told me that I was not making money, I was not factoring in the cost of goods sold, my labor costs, my hour, my team's hour, and it was not profitable. So I'm sharing this to say, as an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to close things down, right? You have to close it down. And I had to close it down so I can rebuild it the way it can be more profitable for the company. Because as a business owner, you're in the business of making money. And if I'm not allowing people to show their appreciation by paying a certificate of, and using dollars as a certificate of appreciation, that's to my detriment because then it won't last long. And all this knowledge, all this wisdom, all this time will go to waste. So this is where I say, okay, you know what? I am not able to do my mentoring the way I want to do it right now. It was not being cost effective. How can I still add value to the community without having this mentorship program right now? So me going live each week is a strategy for my business because if you notice, I've been going live every week in November. And I think I missed last week because it was a busy week and I had to take some time for myself. So self-care is important. So I say, you know what? I'm not doing a live next week. Take a break and I do it this week. Even my posting, I just restarted, this week. But meeting with my team today, because I went live consistently, they were able to have content from me, right? So they're able to create content for us for January. So all my content for January is already mapped out. All my blogs for January and December is already mapped out. And actually scheduled, my team is scheduling them right now. So this is this, I'm using this to say that you don't have to do a whole big thing. You can take what you have right now and repurpose it to multiple things. So those me going live, it give them content. Okay, here's what's in her mind. Here's some content that we can create. Here's what we can do. So now instead of them pulling stuff from thin air, they're actually using my expert advice to create the content for me. So I know that they're aligned with my brand, right? So this is what I'm trying to share with you. To use what you have, transform your mindset as it comes to your approach with AI, and figure out how, as a small business owner, as a educator, because I know how teachers can use it, because I use that to create curriculum for my OutSchool program that I teach for kids. You are able to use those tools to co-create different things for your business. I know I'm over my 30-minute mark, and I probably have some of my team people saying, Marlene, you said you're going to get off. You're going to get off. I'm going to take a couple more minutes. If you have any question, drop in the chat. If you got this far and this has brought any value, if you've learned anything, put a fire emoji, subscribe, pay attention. Next week, we're going to have another thing coming on. But remember, it's going to be pre-recorded. So if I don't respond to your question or don't share anything on the chat, don't say me. It's just part of the I'm taking a break, but I still provide value for it too. So you're able to do that. So I said I was gonna share my action plan with you. I didn't want to leave you guys like that. So let's go. So my action plan is one of the action plan I created. Um Even my customer persona that they had us do a customer persona. I was like, hey, here is an example of here's an example of a customer I have. So let me just share my action plan. I don't know if I have my customer persona in here, but this right here is my action plan. So I designed it myself, so even my bio, it helped me refine my bio to align with my new direction. I go into even my value proposition. This part right here, you know, um, Claude, after I give it all my information of what I want to do, it helped me craft. And I think I have to refine this several times. So I don't really take the first one. It gave me the first thing, and I change and I edit and I massage and I say, here is what I want. And I told her, hey, I've been pivoting, but I don't want to go too far that people don't remember who I am. But here I share that Elearn Creative builds the next generation of AI ready organizations. So if you are an AI ready organization and are you an AI ready organization? Do you want to be an AI ready organization? Whether you're a small business, a big business, a school, you are able to use those tools not only to as a to not copying. I don't think it's copying. You're using the tool effectively and ethically to help scale growth. I can see how this can help schools, the students, to become their co-teacher, their tutor, so they're able to go in and research. But it's all come with asking the right questions. So we're using a 3T framework. So I talk about that right there. And you hear me always say ethically and effectively. That's where I'm focusing on. And then it says we equip entrepreneurs, executives, and educators. And it goes into that. So with all of this, you see, I had to really work with AI to figure that out. But my whole thing is I want to help people become AI ready, right? And AI ready, using it effectively and ethically. Because I can tell when people are using AI and they have all this stuff and they haven't massaged that yet. You have to go in and make sure you massage it and change it. That massage come from my friend Abby. So I go into that. This is another AI that helped me put my stuff into a infographic. We'll talk about it another time of which AI does this. There's another AI that does this. But it takes my ideas and put it in a way where I am able to share what my 3T framework is, right? And then I'm going through all the infographic. I put my little thing to my strategic presentation. I'm just going through this really quickly. Even this activity mapping activity that they gave me, I was able to use AI to help me with this. I had to list all my activities, say, hey, I need an activity map. And I showed Claude a picture of what theirs look like and gave it all the stuff that I have and had it create something for me. It had to do it several times because it was not coming out the way that I envisioned it. And then after it gave me one that I like, and I went in and recreated it on Canva. So this is a couple of things that I'm sharing on there. There's like my strategic plan is about what 27 pages long. It had different things that we do, but for those who are in the community, we can go more in depth about this later on. But this is what I'm saying. You are able to help have these artificial intelligence, these AI tools, these technologies to help you create a more streamlined and clean, more concise, clear product. You know, what would take me months and months to finish is taking me little time. So hopefully this is helpful. I know I went over my time. I want to make sure that this was helpful for you. I think those who are in um on LinkedIn, I'm going to be posting the form for you if you want to join the community. The wait list is there. Those who are on the wait list, you'll be the first in to know when the community open up. Because it is a space where I want so that where my team and I will be able to share more in depth content. So here's what's going to be included in the community. I'm going to open up the year with, hey, let me know what your vision for the year. So I know this, I'm not going to be doing like a vision board. You should already have your vision for the 2025 already done. But let's take that vision board. Let's take that plan that you have created this month or last month, or maybe you're going to create in January. And let's take that and see how we can create a roadmap for success for that, so you're able to be successful, so you're able to implement, so whether, and then after, so this is one of the things that we're going to be doing in the community. Monthly I'll meet in I will meet with the group and share what, some answer questions, share what's going on. We have a topic for each month, and then we'll be dropping tools in the community for you, training in the community. Hey, there's a new AI that's come out. Here's how I'm using it. Go ahead and try it. Let me know what you think. Let me show you how to do it. I might do a quick um, demo, and you have it in the community. You might have a question. There will be a place to drop your questions in, and where the question will be with either my team or I will send you a response. The response might be via video, or it might be we will have a form where we do a live and we take all those questions, and I'm answering those questions there. So it is more engaging, and then you're able to have accountability. Hey, are you getting your work done? You have time. So you have other people in the group say, let's meet together. We're having accountability time. I'm not going to be teaching all the time. I have once a month, right? But the accountability time, we will have different time where different people will be leading this accountability time. I remember I used to have where I come in on Mondays with a couple of my business besties, and we would just sit there on Zoom and map out our content, plan our content for the week, just 7 days. So by the time you leave, that time you have 7 days of content mapped out. Whether you're gonna spend that hour mapping it out and putting the content, or creating the um the images. For me, I mapped out my whole January, but I didn't create the images. So I just did it. So here's what I want for each day. My teams know exactly what I want, and so now they're going to create the images and put it for me. So there's different things that you're able to do in that. You don't have to create everything, right? If you need us to support you and create everything, that's a whole nother level. But this is the first part of it too. So we're doing where we're just supporting people. And if you want me to come and talk to your team and train your team, I am taking booking for 2025, right? Help me come and train your team. My interns are amazing. Every intern that comes through me, when they leave better than they come in. One of my interns, I'm about to offboard her. She got a job doing graphic designing because of what I taught her. Right? I had another couple interns that got other provision because they were trained. Some of my interns, they don't stay long because they're getting college credits and all different stuff like that. That's fine. I am just trying to make sure that I get my stuff done while giving back. So this is my way of giving back to the community. So, but the same way, let me come and train your team, right? You might need to have those teams say, you know what, Marlene, train my team so they can do this, so I can get my hands off of it and I know it's done. And let's do that. I'm planning to do that for my next group of interns. We're trying to do this in person where they come down and we're training them for a day, well, a weekend, 2 days. They get training and they're able to use those tools effectively. So if you need me to come and talk to your team, talk to your school, talk to your students, talk to whoever you need, even to you, we are taking booking for 2025, right? Limited spots available because I do have other things that I'm doing, but I'm looking for 5 schools for next year. Just 5. That's all I'm looking for. We have 5 spots. All right. Anyways, we're closing out. Hopefully, you had a great, you're having a great day. You're enjoying the holidays with your family. If it's, I know sometimes it might be hard for people to enjoy the holidays. Just know, take care of yourself. Take deep breaths. I know that this AI market can be a little overwhelming, all right? Now, I said I was going to go till 1 o'clock, but I'm going to probably end it a little bit early. I need to take a deep breath. But it can be a little overwhelming. What I would encourage you to do is make sure you take care of yourself. And if you don't know what to do, go on out in ChatGPT and say, "Hey, I'm having a hard time. Can you give me some ideas of what I can do?" And it will give you some ideas. I like Pi AI as my counselor. Pi another tool. It's an app on the phone. If you have a conversation with it, and most of the time it recommends me therapy or it gives some exercise. But hey, give me some breathing exercise. Give me some affirmation I can say. Take a deep breath. Don't let things bother you. You just choose one tool. I showed you ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT. Play with it. Try one thing at a time. And as you keep on playing with it, you will get better. But something you might want to take a step away for a little bit. Step away for a little bit, and you can come back again. Right? Okay. I hope this was beneficial. I will see you. Will see the live next week. But we'll be officially back in person. I think on the third. Again, on the third. Friday the third, January 3rd. I'll be back live. Hopefully by then, those who are being a part of the community, you will be officially welcome into the part of the community. And then we will go into 2025 celebrating using this new tool, not as something to be afraid of, but something to transform our mind and move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset as we're working on that. Right? Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching. And if you reached it to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Let us put our music to go. Shout out to everybody who was watching and watching the replay. I truly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. All right, let's get going. Bye, everybody.